Hey, what's up guys? Jose here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video, I want to talk about feeling versus thinking and why you need to know this. So, for the longest time, I was a person that was always in his head, very mental, always analyzing and overthinking. And obviously this led me to a life of stress, a life of anxiety, also a life of depression, and just it wasn't great. It wasn't pretty, right? Now, I'm not saying that thinking is bad. I'm not saying that analyzing things can't be helpful. It can be to a certain extent, but if you live your life in a state of analyzing, overanalyzing, overthinking everything you do and everything that happens, everything you see, everything you hear, then let me tell you, and you probably already know this, that life is not going to be fun. And the reason is because we are not meant to live in our heads. We're not meant to live in our minds thinking all the time. Because the only reason we overthink is because we lost touch with our feeling, with our heart. And it wasn't until I started connecting to my heart, I started feeling again, that I healed most of my physical conditions, chronic things I had, that I started to feel happy again, that I started to feel connected to life, to myself, and to other people again. And the reason I stopped feeling, and the reason people stop feeling, is because things happened throughout life. I saw things. I heard things as a child. I felt things. And these things, these traumas that I kept from these experiences led me to close my heart a little bit each time, until my heart was so closed up that I couldn't feel anymore. I didn't feel anymore because I didn't want to feel. And this is the same for everyone else. We get used to drowning. We get used to putting away repressed emotions. And the truth is, even though we repress them and don't look at them, they are there. And they will manifest themselves in some shape or form. And most of the times, and in my case, it can show up as physical symptoms. Some type of chronic illnesses show up. Physical pains, digestive issues, whatever, heart problems. It can be anything. And this is the reason why we need to start connecting to our feelings. Start feeling. Bruce Lee said this. Feel. Don't think. And it's all about feeling life. Tell me, what do I get out of being out in nature and thinking about trees, thinking about the sun, thinking about the sound of the birds? I don't need to think about these things to experience them. And when I stop thinking about or analyzing what is happening around me, and I start feeling, that's when I truly experience it. Because you cannot feel and think at the same time. You're either experiencing and aware of your feelings, or you're thinking about what's happening. And so if you are thinking about what's happening around you, you cannot feel it and truly experience it at the same time, if that makes sense. And truly you can only understand this once you experience it yourself, once you notice the difference between thinking about something and experiencing and feeling something, right? Same goes for meditation. When we're meditating, we're trying to meditate, and we're focused on our thoughts, we're analyzing, and we shift the attention to feeling. Not thinking about feeling, but actually feeling. not thinking about what I'm feeling, but noticing the feeling and experiencing the feeling without labeling it, because labeling is again part of analyzing, of thinking, of being mentally approaching things, observing things. So feel. If there's one thing that gave me freedom and that led me into everything else, was my shift from being in a thinking state all the time to shifting it to feeling. Start feeling. And I know this can be uncomfortable if there's a lot of trauma, if you've dealt with many things in your life, but until you connect to that feeling and allow it to express itself, allow it to little by little dissolve, and sometimes it can go very quickly and be very intense. But if you are brave enough to look your fears and your repressed emotions, your pain in the eyes, you embrace it. You take the story away from it. So you don't think about the story, but you just observe it and you feel it. And you're compassionate towards yourself. You love yourself. You forgive yourself. And you allow it to express itself while at the same time feeling gratitude and love for it. As if you were looking at a little child expressing itself, feeling through pain. Then at some point, it will be gone. It will be transmuted. It will have lived its purpose. And only then you can take the next step in life. Only then you can move forward. So this is the difference between thinking and feeling. So connect to your heart. Start feeling. And I will see you in the next one.